Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Cookies and cream cake lovers, this recipe is especially for you. Today I'm making a soft, rich, and delicious Oreo cake that is perfect for any occasion. Let's get started. First, preheat your oven to 320 degrees Fahrenheit and prepare your cake pans. Today I'm using two 8-inch cake pans. First, I grease the pans with butter. Then I sprinkle in some plain flour and tap out the excess. Next, I line the bottom with parchment paper. This step is important because the Oreo chunks can stick to the bottom of the pan. Next, instead of crushing, I'm cutting my Oreo cookies with a knife. I like having small chunks in the cake because it gives a better cookies and cream texture. Now let's prepare our dry ingredients. In a medium mixing bowl, I'm adding 250 grams of all-purpose flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Whisk everything together until well combined, then sift the dry ingredients to remove any lumps and make the cake lighter. In a large mixing bowl, I'm adding 200 grams of butter. I'll beat it for about 1 to 2 minutes until it's soft and creamy. Next, I'm adding 200 grams of sugar. I'll beat it together with the butter until it's light, fluffy, and well combined. Don't forget to scrape the sides of the bowl. This helps mix in any butter or sugar that sticks to the edges. Next, I'm adding 120 grams of yogurt. This makes the cake soft and moist. Mix it well until everything is smooth and creamy. Now I'll add 4 eggs, one by one, making sure to mix well after each egg. This keeps the batter light and smooth. Next, I'll add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. This gives the cake a lovely aroma and enhances the flavor. Mix it well into the batter. Next, I'll add the sifted flour mixture and 120 milliliters of milk. Mix gently until the batter comes together. Be careful not to overmix so the cake stays soft and fluffy. I add the milk in 2 separate additions. Now it's time to add the Oreo chunks. Fold them in gently so every bite has a little bit of cookies and cream texture. Be careful not to crush them too much. Next, I'm pouring the batter into my prepared cake pans. To make sure my cakes are perfectly even, I'm weighing the batter on a kitchen scale and dividing it equally between the 2 pans. This way, both layers bake evenly and look professional. Bake the cake at 320 degrees Fahrenheit for 50 minutes on the center rack of a preheated oven or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. After 50 minutes in the oven, the cakes are perfectly baked with a gorgeous golden top. Just look at how beautiful they turned out. After the cakes are fully baked, I carefully run a palette knife around the edges. This helps release the cake easily from the pans without breaking it. I'll transfer them to a wire rack to cool completely. This helps keep them soft and prevents them from getting soggy. Next, we're making the Oreo frosting. I'm starting by grinding 13 to 14 Oreo cookies into fine crumbs. This will give the frosting that delicious cookies and cream texture. I'm grinding the Oreos into a fine crumb. This is important because any large chunks could get stuck in your piping tip when decorating the cake. For the Oreo frosting, I'm using 200 grams of butter that's at room temperature. Soft butter makes the frosting smooth, creamy, and easy to pipe. I'll beat it for about 1 to 2 minutes until it becomes smooth and fluffy. Today I'm using 420 grams of powdered sugar. I'm adding it gradually to the butter, a little at a time, and beating well after each addition. Next, I add 1 tablespoon of milk along with 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. This helps create a smooth, creamy texture and enhances the flavor beautifully. Scrape the bowl and mix again until smooth. Next, I gradually add the remaining powdered sugar while continuously beating. I then add another tablespoon of milk and continue mixing until the buttercream is light, smooth, and perfectly creamy. Finally, I add the finely crushed Oreo crumbs and gently beat until they are evenly mixed into the buttercream. Now our smooth and creamy Oreo buttercream is perfectly ready for frosting. Our cake layers have completely cooled to room temperature, and now we can assemble the cake. Take the first cake layer and place it flat side down on your serving plate. I'm spreading a generous amount of Oreo frosting on top using my offset spatula, smoothing it evenly to the edges. Before placing the next layer on top, I'm just crushing 3 Oreos and sprinkling them over the buttercream. This adds a lovely texture to the cake. Then the second cake layer goes on top. Again, I'm adding a generous amount of Oreo frosting and spreading it evenly across the top. Now I'm covering the sides of the cake with buttercream as well. Using my cake scraper, I'm smoothing the sides and top of the cake. I crushed the Oreos into small pieces, and now I'm decorating the bottom edge of the cake with them for a crunchy, delicious touch. Next, I'm filling a piping bag with a 1M nozzle using the leftover Oreo buttercream. This will be perfect for piping swirls on top of the cake. Now I'm adding Oreos between the 2 swirls. Next, I'm placing Oreos between the swirls and sprinkling crushed Oreo pieces right in the center on top. Let's cut into the cake and check out that soft, moist, and fluffy texture. Just look at how perfectly the layers hold together. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of my upcoming cake creations. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.